Hi everyone, I'm Lauren, and the book I've decided to use for this critical assignment is Stellaluna by Janelle Cannon. In addition to Stellaluna, Janelle Cannon has written many children's books such as Penduli and Crickwing. This book would be great to read aloud in kindergarten through third grade classrooms. I've chosen to do my reading based on a third grade classroom as I will be making vocabulary and writing connections as I read the story, and I'll be asking my students to listen carefully for words that stick out to them. This book is a very vocabulary-rich book, and it's great for third graders. Before reading, I will ask my class to think about bats and what they think they know about them and how they make them feel. We'll then have a quick discussion on their feelings about bats and what everyone knows, and then I'll show them the cover of the book, and we'll discuss the cover and what we think the story could be about then. Then we'll start reading. So here's Stellaluna, and let's start reading. In a warm and sultry forest, far, far away, there once lived a mother fruit bat and her new baby. Oh, how Mother Bat loved her soft, tiny baby. "I'll name you Stellaluna," she crooned. Each night, Mother Bat would carry Stellaluna clutched to her breast as she flew out to search for food. One night, as Mother Bat followed the heavy scent of ripe fruit, an owl spied her. On silent wings, the powerful bird swooped down upon the bats. Dodging and shrieking, Mother Bat tried to escape, but the owl struck again and again, knocking Stellaluna into the air. Her baby wings were as limp and useless as wet paper. Down, down she went, faster and faster into the forest below. The dark, leafy tangle of branches caught Stellaluna as she fell. One twig was small enough for Stellaluna's tiny feet. Wrapping her wings about her, she clutched the thin branch, trembling with cold and fear. "Mother," Stellaluna squeaked, "where are you?" By daybreak, the baby bat could hold on no longer. Down, down again she dropped. Flump! Stellaluna landed headfirst in a soft, downy nest, startling the 3 baby birds who lived there. Stellaluna quickly clambered from the nest and hung out of sight below it. She listened to the babble of the 3 baby birds. "What was that?" cried Flap. "I don't know, but it's hanging by its feet," chirped Flitter. "Shh! Here comes Mama," hissed Pip. Many, many times that day, Mama Bird flew away, always returning with food for her babies. Stellaluna was terribly hungry, but not for the crawly things Mama Bird brought. Finally, though, the little bat could bear it no longer. She climbed into the nest, closed her eyes, and opened her mouth. Plop! In dropped a big green grasshopper. Stellaluna learned to be like the birds. She stayed awake all day and slept at night. She ate bugs even though they tasted awful. Her bat ways were quickly disappearing, except for one thing. Stellaluna still liked to sleep hanging by her feet. Once, when Mama was away, the curious baby birds decided to try it too. When Mama Bird came home, she saw 8 tiny feet gripping the edge of the nest. "Eek!" she cried. "Get back up here this instant! You're going to fall and break your necks!" The birds clambered back into the nest, but Mama Bird stopped Stellaluna. "You are teaching my children to do bad things. I will not let you back into this nest unless you promise to obey all the rules of this house." Stellaluna promised. She ate bugs without making faces. She slept in the nest at night, and she didn't hang by her feet. Stellaluna behaved as a good bird should. All the babies grew quickly. Soon the nest became crowded. Mama Bird told them it was time to learn to fly. One by one, Pip, Flitter, Flap, and Stellaluna jumped from the nest. Their wings worked. "I'm just like them," thought Stellaluna. "I can fly too." Pip, Flitter, and Flap landed gracefully on a branch. Stellaluna tried to do the same. How embarrassing! I will fly all day, Stellaluna told herself. Then no one will see how clumsy I am. The next day, Pip, Flitter, Flap, and Stellaluna went flying far from home. They flew for hours, exercising their new wings. The sun is setting, warned Flitter. We had better go home or we will get lost in the dark, said Flap. But Stellaluna had flown far ahead and was nowhere to be seen. The three anxious birds went home without her. Excuse me. I will stop at this point to ask my students how they think Stellaluna is feeling and what they think certain words, clutched, curious, anxious, mean using context clues. Also, I'll ask them their feelings on the story, how they're feeling about Stellaluna as the baby bird or baby bat missing her mommy, and then we'll continue reading. All alone, Stellaluna flew and flew until her wings ached and she dropped into a tree. I promised not to hang by my feet, Stellaluna sighed. So she hung by her thumbs and soon fell asleep. She didn't hear the soft sound of wings coming near. Hey, a loud voice said. Why are you hanging upside down? Stellaluna's eyes opened wide. She saw a most peculiar face. I'm not upside down. You are, Stellaluna said. Ah, but you're a bat. Bats hang by their feet. You are hanging by your thumb, so that makes you upside down, the creature said. I'm a bat. I am hanging by my feet. That makes me right side up. Stellaluna was confused. Mama Bird told me I was upside down. She said I was wrong. Maybe for a bird, wrong, but not for a bat. More bats gathered around to see the strange young bat who behaved like a bird. Stellaluna told them her story. You ate bugs? Stuttered one. You slept at night? Gasped another. How very strange, they all murmured. Wait, let me look at this child. A bat pushed through the crowd. An owl attacked you? She asked. Sniffing Stellaluna's fur, she whispered, You are Stellaluna. You are my baby. You escaped the owl? Cried Stellaluna. You survived? Yes, said Mother Bat as she wrapped her wings around Stellaluna. Come with me and I'll show you where to find the most delicious fruit. You'll never have to eat another bug as long as you live. But it's nighttime, Stellaluna squeaked. We can't fly in the dark or we will crash into trees. We're bats, said Mother Bat. We can see in darkness. Come with us. Stellaluna was afraid, but she let go of the tree and dropped into the deep blue sky. Stellaluna could see. She felt as though rays of light shone from her eyes. She was able to see everything in her path. Soon the bats found a mango tree, and Stellaluna ate as much of the fruit as she could hold. I'll never eat another bug as long as I live, cheered Stellaluna as she stuffed herself full. I must tell Pip, Flitter, and Flap. The next day, Stellaluna went to visit the birds. Come with me and meet my bat family, said Stellaluna. Okay, let's go, agreed Pip. They hang by their feet, and they fly at night, and they eat the best food in the world, Stellaluna explained as the birds were on their way. As the birds flew among the bats, Flap said, I feel upside down here. So the birds hung by their feet. Wait until dark, Stellaluna said excitedly. We will fly at night. When night came, Stellaluna flew away. Pip, Flitter, and Flap leapt from the tree to follow her. I can't see a thing, yelled Pip. Neither can I, howled Flitter. Ah! Shrieked Flap. They're gasped Stellaluna. I must rescue them. Stellaluna swooped about, grabbing her friends in the air. She lifted them to a tree, and the birds grasped a branch. Stellaluna hung from the limb above them. We're safe, said Stellaluna. Then she sighed. I wish you could see in the dark, too. We wish you could land on your feet, Flitter replied. Pip and Flap nodded. They perched in silence for a long time. How can we be so different and feel so much alike, mused Flitter. And how can we feel so different and be so much alike, wondered Pip. I think this is quite a mystery, Flap chirped. I agree, said Stellaluna. But we're friends, and that's a fact. After reading the story, I will ask my students to tell me the beginning, middle, and end of the story of Stellaluna and how the story made them feel. The story of Stellaluna is about a tiny little bat who gets knocked out of her mom's clutching embrace by an owl and is dropped into a nest of 3 baby birds. She then begins to act like a bird because she doesn't know any different. And when they go out flying for one of the first times with their new wings, she gets kind of lost and meets another group of bats who then show her what it means to be a bat. And she's so excited to tell her bird friends about it. So she brings them with her. And of course, they can't do some of the things that bats do, but they do realize that even though they're different, they're similar and they're always going to be friends. I love the illustrations in this book. And I think the soft artwork and the facial expressions of the characters would really capture young readers' attention, especially Stellaluna's face. She just has the sweetest, softest face, and she's constantly looking just absolutely adorable, like in this picture. So cute. As I'm reading, I can use Sipe's expressive engagement dramatizing strategy by using voice changes during reading to my students and asking them to engage with me by reacting to the story. I incorporated the 3 critical thinking skills before, during, and after the read aloud. The first one I used was thinking independently before I showed them the cover of the book so that they can think about where bats live, what a bat is, and what they think a bat might eat. Critical thinking skills are used in the middle of the book when I stop to ask my students how they think Stellaluna is feeling and what they think certain words mean using context clues. The last strategy that I use will be making interdisciplinary connections by connecting the story to a time in my students' life where they have felt like an outsider. This will be a writing assignment for my students that will be graded after we do our unit on Stellaluna. Thank you guys for listening.